Ooh, it's a hot day, boys. It's a hot day for hot boys, but mostly it's just hot. Oh, and we're ready. We're gamers. Holy Christ. You know what I did after the 11-hour stream of Dark Souls? I sat there, and for about an hour, I went, oh, I'm gassed out. Went to bed. Somehow 5 hours later, I wake up again. I'm not saying that it's like, oh, I wish it was cold, because quite frankly, that's hypocrisy, because come winter rolls around, I want it to be warm again. But fuck me. It is impossible to sleep in summer. The ebb and flow is that in the summer, impossible to get to sleep. In the winter, it's impossible to get out of bed. And quite frankly, I just want the planet to reach some kind of happy equilibrium. Also known as autumn and spring, but you know, here we are. Thank you, Abigail. I appreciate that. Unless you're, oh wait, no, don't worry. So basically, Noodle in his most recent video put my email address in it, and all morning I have been getting my email flooded with people thinking that they are talking to Noodle Vivo, and they are not talking to Noodle Vivo. They are shouting at me. They're saying whippy, and I thought that might have been how you got here, and I was like, that's not the two different people. But it's not possible. I'm not Noodle Vivo. I can't be White Sajam, I can't be Slime, I can't be Anthony Fantano, I can't be something else. I'm trying to think of other bold people. Harris Bomber Guy, that's one of them. It's national, you know how there was the Name 100 Women Challenge? Name 100 Bold People Challenge. How about that? Probably much easier for some people. I can name one, I can't name any. I am ignorant, and it truly is bliss. Let's do some, I don't know Raven combos, but I would imagine that the moment that you learn like any Raven combos, you kind of know all of them. I already know all Faust combos. Well, I know Faust B&Bs. Why would I need to do Faust combos? I was actually commenting a joke about waiting on a main channel video on the Noodle video, and then I checked how long it was, and you saw uploaded yesterday. Yes, sir. Oh, yes, ma'am. Oh, you mean because Faust is bald. Intellectual that you are. Oh, wait, is it back P? He has a back P? Oh, that's weird. Peculiar. Does anyone actually do this? I feel like this is maybe not a waste of Fast Slash, but like, that ain't Venom. It's not Venom yet. So long as somebody shows up to the room, you'll be seeing Venom again. Don't worry. Oh, does it have to be 2 hits? Peculiar. How odd. Day 1 zoning? Yeah, but it could be like day 2 zoning. I wouldn't know. That, into that. That I've never seen. And so I'm going to assume that that's... I've just realized that nobody knows the lobby name. Well, I mean, you'll probably guess because it's always the same. Nobody knows the lobby name if it's not on stream. You have no idea how, like, fried everything is today. I was trying to sit there and play, what's that game called? That one, that's 3? Tekken. That's the one. I was sat there, I was trying to play Tekken, and first of all, I was beating Ed's ass. Second of all, he was beating my ass. It was pretty close. But then we played a game that managed to have a timeout that I would have won had it not been for a 2-frame difference. Because I managed to hit forward 2 on the last possible frame. Not the last possible frame. The second to last possible frame. And I lost. It was pretty big. Holy shit, 2 Venoms. Someone in chat asked for 1 Venom. I'll do you 1 better. I'll do you 2 better even. Are you planning to play any of the upcoming announced fighting games? Yeah, I probably am. I'll probably do it on the stream though. I don't think that I would make like videos on them. I think I'm pretty done with making videos about fighting games. Mostly because it's clear that I'm not the most knowledgeable, and now I feel like a lot of people that are making videos about fighting games are like getting to the point that I was frustrated at when I initially started making fighting game content. Also, I can't stand the comments, but you know, because when I started making YouTube videos and they were about fighting games, I was like, fuck, nobody knows how to like present a video. But people have gotten a lot better since like COVID. Hunter x Hunter stream. Is that game out? I'll be honest. Hunter x Hunter, it might be gas, but also it is a 3v3 fighting game, and so there's a good chance that it is unbearable if you don't put a lot of time in. And I don't think I'm probably going to put a lot of time into it. I haven't watched Hunter x Hunter, and so I don't really have like the guts for it, if you will. I also like the more history and story of the community and how the game interacts. I'm assuming that you're talking about the recent videos, yeah. Those are like the ideal videos that I want to make. It's just videos about video games when it comes to community stuff is sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to find interesting. Oh, bye-bye, so long, Bowser. It can be a little bit to like make interesting if you haven't already played the game. And I think that that's kind of the case with the Halo video. I'm not particularly happy with it in terms of, well, a lot of the elements, to be fair, but like I'm not particularly happy with the storytelling in it. I think it's a poorly formed script. I wanted the air grab so bad. Oh, okay, fair enough. You wanted the air grab so bad. Oh, hello, is that me? Oh, David, did you just have a feeling David DDoS'd the other Venom so that we could get a different Venom on the screen? We kind of love that for them. Did you feel knackered after the Dark Souls 2 stream? The Dark Souls Remastered stream? Absolutely. I went to bed, and then I woke up 4 hours later and couldn't sleep because of the heat, and then I literally did well, not literally nothing, but I did almost nothing yesterday. My most impactful task was I read the first chapter of Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep. That was like well, no, I also read 2 chapters of Inherit the Stars as well. So I guess that's not factually true. Oh, you bastard, you tricky motherfucker. I've seen this motherfucker in SSX. Sleeping is now expert difficulty. It's fucked. No bueno. My body decided it wasn't hard enough and was giving me sleep paralysis last night. Dude, sleep paralysis is fucked. Like, I understand that this is that's not a unique observation. There's 20 people in chat going, are you sure? It's a little bit unusual how revealing it is that we're just like a meat machine. Because in good conscience, I know that the jacket on the wall is the jacket on the wall. But the moment that you give me sleep paralysis, it's like, that's a man who's just staring at me. What does he want from me? Leon, where's the Riddler trophy? Ah, you're right. We can't keep this Riddler thing going. I did say that after the last stream, I would have a little Riddler trophy behind me. Could you imagine if I actually like followed through with the bit? Let it die with Gwyn. No, keep the bit going. It'll be the worst bit of all time, but you can keep the bit going. I saw my first big spider of the summer yesterday. And so, for context, I'm absolutely terrified of spiders. But I still don't really want to, actively kill a spider because I'm, woke or whatever you want to define it as. I don't want to kill a spider, especially just a fucking little guy. He's walking around, he's doing his own thing, God, I thought you were going to teleport to the ball. And so I have this genius idea that I've done before, in fairness, is I'm going to get a compressed air can, and I'm going to compress air can the spider out of my vicinity. Genius idea, because it means that A, I don't have to risk it with like the paper and the glass, and B, I don't even need to get near it. So it's like all the arachnophobia shit will just like never proc. And so I pick up a compressed air can, and I start aiming my nozzle at the guy. Turns out it was not compressed air. Turns out it was spray adhesive. And so, unfortunately, like a good European that I am who's played far too much Counter-Strike, I hit my shot. I hit my target. But now he's covered in spray adhesive. And so he runs around for like a single second, and then just stops, like clean. And I'm like, uh-oh. Turns out he is now stuck to the floor. And so I managed to take a spider that was going to live a perfectly fine life and cursed him to whatever mortal coil he was left. But it kind of gets a little bit worse. I just kind of leave him there. I don't put him out of his misery because 1, I'm not sure if he's actually dead. 2, I don't actually know if he's stuck to the floor. And 3, it's almost midnight. And so I don't want to like go and get the Hoover and wake up potentially my neighbor and my parents just to kill this damn spider. And so I just kind of leave him because I'm sure he'll get up and he'll like scurry away eventually. And then I wake up this morning, that dude is still there. And so he spent an entire night kind of struggling his tiny little body against the carpet only for 12 hours later to have the vacuum of doom come and get his ass. The webber got webbed. What a twist. I mean, maybe this is a case of he got a taste of his own medicine. I don't think I would want to say that because that implies that, like, I had a big brain. But, you know, from sleep paralysis to actual paralysis. Yeah, the spider woke up and he was like, what is that big dude in the corner looking at me? Only to realize that was actually a big dude. That wasn't just his sleep demon. Oh my goodness, the connection of champions. Me, the 300 ping warrior. You, the 400 ping big beautiful breast haver. I don't know. Big beautiful bald scalps. That's me. Bonk here. When will you eat? Not when will you eat my ass again. When will you kick my ass again? Get in the lobby and I'll kick the shit out of you. Fuck a fan Friday. It's not fuck a fan Friday. Don't do that. Don't say that. That's vile. That's foul, if you will. I'm going to be on a train for 10 hours, and I will be learning Xrd with someone, who has, like, no experience like you. That's kind of epic. I do have kind of bad news for you, though. I think Xrd is a little bit, you know, it has that learning curve where it's kind of not fun for a while. But after that point, that's when it's not fun. You've just got to invest 1,000 hours to still be bad. No, but that's not what I mean. You can be 1,000 hours deep. You can be 1,000 hours deep, and be bad. But, you know, I'm 1,000 hours deep and I'm terrible. But also, like, I'm good enough to be like, ooh, I learned, like, this interaction and this interaction and this interaction. But prior to that point, the game can feel very, very scrambly. And even still, like, if I'm against a character that I don't... that's a really cool voice crack. If I'm against a character that I don't know particularly well, it's still a scramble, you know, and that can occasionally feel like big dookie. Fucker. You fucker and your fucking move that I can do as well. You fucker and you fucking moves that I can do as well. I'll fucking say that you're pretty good at this game, you motherfucker. Is there any way to help minimize the initial pain with that learning curve? Other than playing with someone that you know, and also they don't really know what's going on either. Not really. I think that realistically, what I should do is probably make like 1 or 2 really quick character guides on what you should like be looking to do as a character. So for example, on Venom, it would be really, really like really simple stuff that just kind of gets you into the game. So, like, okay, on round start, you normally want to do 2S into Carcass Raid. Here's, like, a really easy beginner combo. Here's what you probably want to do from full screen, what you probably want to do from mid-screen, and the goal of the match. Like, what you as a player kind of need to aim to do. And then that, like, very quick 2-minute primer allows people to kind of figure out whether they want to play this character rather than necessarily trying to, like, teach them everything. And then I reckon if I did that for like 3 characters, other people who are also like not necessarily experts on their character, but like have a real passion for their character, could go on and then like make their own too. And then you could like throw that all into a playlist. And then from there, I'm the GOAT, by the way. You fucker. Fuck you. From there, it could be like, I could make a video that is a bunch of like, here's like 5 situations that you should really know. For example, Venom, for example, his basic block string, you can jump out of all the Carcass Raid stuff. And also, if he ever does QVC, that's like punishable, for example. Really basic knowledge checks just to make it so that like some of that early scramble situation is a bit more clear. I feel like I could do that. There's going to be even more Venom players. Uh-oh. Don't worry, I'll make sure the Axel players get some representation. But to answer your question, there's not a lot you can do in terms of mitigating that entirely, you know? I would love that, actually. I feel like it's like such a huge kind of misstep of a lot of fighting game not editorial, what the fuck am I trying to say? Fighting game tutorial stuff, where it all feels a little bit too big, even when it's quite small. Like, if you're having to learn more than, like, 10 things from a tutorial, it's like, fuck, that's fucking hard. Like, there's a lot of things in there. It kind of feels like a lot of fighting game guide stuff is, and I mean like video guides, is aimed at every single skill level when, you know, if you're watching a guide, chances are you just need like the entry level, and then you can go and read the wiki and learn the rest of the game or learn the rest of your character from there. Okay, fair enough, I'm dead. Keep this. Yoop. The Coney Yoop hits so much harder with your voice. I have good news actually. The Yoop isn't me or Coney. That one's a classic. That one's from Soulja Boy himself. I hate that no tutorial teaches me block strings. The one thing I don't like is that no tutorial seems to teach me round start. I feel like getting an idea of what to do on round start makes it so that the initial, oh fuck, I need to play neutral moment is so much clearer. Like when I was learning Milia the other day, nothing that I could seem to find would teach me like, here's a good option on round start. And maybe it's a case that like Milia doesn't have like a good button on round start, but it's like, if you like backdash, you're set up for the rest of the round, or like to at least not get fucked at the start. I'm dying. The soul is so fucking sick. The soul is pretty cool. This guy, I can't tell if he's sandbagging maliciously, but he always like sandbags me, but I'm like, fuck, his sandbag is really cool. Fuck. And by sandbagging maliciously, I mean like, there's a Kai player who always gives me like bad vibes. They'll sandbag you, but they'll start like sandbagging you with like really lame shit. Where it's just like, they'll just start doing 2k into sweep on Oki. And I'm like, brother, come on, don't treat me like a fucking dog chew toy. I know that I'm ass. What the hell? Like, at least give me a little bit of respect. What the hell? But thankfully, when this guy sandbags, he does it with heart and soul. He's like, yeah, you're ass, but also my character's sick. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't know how not to sandbag. It's a problem. I'm unlock-inable. I mean, look, if you're unlock-inable but you're cool, that's all that matters. It's fine to sandbag so long as the person that you're sandbagging gets to look at what's going on the screen. They go, fuck, he's kind of sick with it. When you're playing Melee, for example, and someone switches to Donkey Kong on you and just starts back airing you because their fundies are 400 million times, like, stronger than yours, sure, they're, like, way better than you and they have every right to do it to you, but, like, what the hell? Like, at least give me the good stuff. Like, you're playing Donkey Kong. You got cool stuff out the arse. Okay, 1 second. Wait, before I go, did you like Tekken 8 Heihachi? Let me just give me a second. 1 sec. I need to be right back. Did you like Tekken 8 Heihachi? I accidentally bought Eddie when I got to check out. 1 second. Boys, I'm Ludwig. Boys. Oh, Jesus. There's a giant chocolate bar on your wall. What? Chocolate bar? What are you talking about, brother? Oh, you mean this? Yeah, that's soundproofing. And I think it's actually pretty good. Because when I moved into this room, I know, I'm saying moved into this room like I got a whole new house. Grub acquired? Fucking didn't need to call me out, bro. Come on. When I moved into this room, it was goofy like you could hear the reverb like 4 times over. If that's soundproofing, why does it look so tasty? Because I'm fucking right in front of it, brother. I'm tasty as hell. I'm not tasty as hell right now, I can't lie. I got on the bike today and I could feel the week that I took away from the bike. It was like I had gained like a little boulder that was constantly with me while I was riding. It's not cool. Someone should do like a scientific paper to find out if exercise has to be like consistent in order to be helpful? Question mark? Or even better, they should make a YouTube video essay. Anyway, enough on where I'm at. Where are you at, chat? Where do you live? Give me your exact address and postcode and hopefully all this bar. You fucking idiot, what are you doing? Oh, you mug! I think, so I wasn't entering the Guilty Gear Salty EU weeklies after Christmas because of, you know, the old brain not being fantastic. I don't mean like, oh, I'm shit at the game. I mean more like, oh, I was going through like a personal crisis. But I think I'm finally in the position where I'm like, fucking, let's run it back. Let's get back into the Guilty Gear week. Feel me? Also, I've just realized I've got the headphones on again, and the reason that I could tell is because I'm boiling my dick off. I'm your neighbor. If you're my neighbor, what 2 dogs do you have? Go on. What are your 2 dogs? Go on. Figure it out. You know the name of them. 1 second YouTube video saying yes in response to a video essay about if exercise is good for you. I'll have you know that that would never fly. You absolutely need to make it longer for the ad revenue. See, now you're thinking like a YouTuber. 8-minute minimum. Let's go. 8-minute minimum, or if you didn't actually do any research, you have to make it an hour long. Anyway, enough about subtweeting about the state of content creation. You know, I'm dead. So long, Bowser. Give me that grab. That was a really good backdash. Fuck. I know about the 8-minute minimum, but my patience ain't even good enough for some for shorts anymore. Oh god. Do you know how scared that makes me? Oh, dude. I think the video on SSX is going to be like upwards of 40 minutes. Because I've started like outlining it, and I'm like, oh god, I have like a lot here. Not necessarily about the games, but more about the kind of like the state of the industry in the early 2000s that made it so that SSX was a product that decided to be made. SSX video, let's go. I have bad news. I've been picking my nose the whole stream. Anyway, I mean, I watched your big XR video, so it's entirely it's in its entirety while on a train last year. That's kind of based. I love the evident support. Thank you. One of the saddest moments in my life was replaying SSX 3 as an adult and realizing I don't find it fun anymore. I just don't think you played it at the right time. Then I played Spyro 2 and 100%ed it and everything was fine. See, I got the opposite way about Spyro. Every time I go back to play Spyro, I'm like, this game kind of ass. And then I went back to SSX and I was like, this game kind of gas. It's gotten to the point where even SSX Tricky, which when I replayed it last year, I was like, this is one of the worst games I've ever fucking played in my life. I think Tricky is gas now as well. I tried the first one on PS2. I have awful news for you. If your introduction to SSX was SSX 2000, you need to like reconsider your position on SSX. SSX 2000 is like genuine hot dog shit. Meanwhile, SSX 3 is kind of the GOAT, and I think Tricky, going back to it, Tricky is a bit of an acquired taste. I know John Xanadu, or however it's supposed to be pronounced, on Twitter and Blue Sky prefers Tricky. And I think I agree. Like, I think aesthetically, Tricky is Kino. It has so much identity, and it's just like, damn, that bitch is gas. Meanwhile, SSX 3 is a bit, it's kind of like got that plain early 2000s aesthetic, while SSX 1 and, well, no, more SSX Tricky has that nice, like, digital reverb on everything going on that you'll find in, like, a lot of early 2000s shit. It's the goods. What's your go-to SSX character to play as? Simon, if I'm being completely honest. You know they turned Simon white in SSX On Tour? I went to load it up the other day and I was like, who the fuck is that? It's peculiar. Anyway, imagine if you were this, maybe not this tomato. Maybe, imagine if you were, yeah, this tomato's fine. Imagine if you were this tomato. They did what? I've never played SSX. I mean, I don't think you have to play SSX to be like, why did they turn him white? What was the objective with making him white all of a sudden? I'm not calling the SSX developers racist, but I am calling into question their reasoning. I also am desperately trying to get into contact with some of the developers of Airblade, because I think I've committed myself to wanting to make a really pretentious video, potentially, depending on how the interviews would go, on Airblade. And ideally this is what it would be like. Airblade and like what it means to kind of make a piece of art that is also a product, but it also did take up a year of your life, and nobody really remembers it, you know? And the people that do remember it often remember it as cool until they play it and they go, ooh. Airblade really took over your brain over the course of years, because I just want a game that's like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater that isn't Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Because there's so much you could do with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, but I don't know how to dev shit. So I'm like, I can't make it, like, I can't bring my brain vision to life, but Airblade is almost there in every single aspect that isn't playing it. SSX 2000 was my childhood. Writing down the trick book things and trying to get them right was a pain for me. I mean, they were a pain for me because I didn't realize that, like, in SSX with the trick, SSX 1, I don't know if I can't remember if this is how it is in the other games, but no, I think this is how it is in Tricky as well. In SSX 1, let's say you need to do like a, I don't know, like a backside grab, whatever the fuck, with no degrees. That means that you need to do a backside grab, and you can't do spins with it. So there's no way that you're going to accidentally jump into... You're accidentally going to find out that, oh, I did a trick, and that was cool, and now I got a thing for it. It's just... I hate this shit. You have the vision and draft for the art, but can't draw. I don't know if I would call that necessarily true. That kind of almost implies that, like, if you're an AI bro, and you can think of the thing in your head, that you're still an artist so long as you can prompt good, which I strongly disagree with. Hi, Skibbity. You also couldn't see the trick book while you were on the track, yeah. So you just had to, like, remember it and hope. It was so stupid. Trick question, AI people can't think. I'm sure that there's someone out there who has all the best intentions, and I wouldn't want to disparage like that, who uses AI, but also, like, stop trying to take my job. I'm trying to apply for a job at Aardman. You can't be risking my employment. You got to post on Reddit, there's a non-0% chance that you'll get hired by the Sandfall. By the next Sandfall? What do you mean the next Sandfall? Is this a studio that I don't know about, who just hired YouTubers? Oh, the dudes who made Expedition 33. Yeah, but then I'd have to move to France. Which, to be fair, it kind of sounds bussin', but also they're at like 40 degrees weather right now. And I can't even handle like 32, so... I just did a... Wait. I just did a job interview, and he asked if he could add an AI to it, and I feel like I couldn't say no. What was the job? I must know. Leona Mussy. Call me Leon Musker, the way I'm waiting on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4. Dude, I'm so insanely... I know that I shouldn't, especially because the last video, not to be like, my job, but the last video kind of bombed, so it means I kind of like extra don't have cash. But I'm so tempted to buy 3+4 early. I think that might be the first time I have ever grabbed Burst. Oh, some financial planning place. I mean, if it's financial planning, I'm not too surprised that they're asking if you can add AI to it. Because, like, if they're looking for a way that they can eventually fire you in a year's time, they'll happily take it. Financial institutes just seem, not to be too BM, but they seem like a little bit soulless as like a larger corporation. But then again, what do I know? I read the other day that Nationwide has like a, not like a self-help helpline, but they have like therapists on call, just in case you have like a mental breakdown in the middle of your call to Nationwide. And it's kind of sick. I think that's personally kind of based. The idea that a company was like, we're getting too many people that are losing their fucking mind over finances. Let's hire some therapists in like a case of emergency. And it's like, that's kind of sick, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. Because if it's like, hey, we're financial therapists, also, if you just take out a loan, that will really help. You know, you could really... The interest isn't too much. It's only like 102%. You're fine. Damn, that's dark. That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's dark, but it's also kind of a good call, but also it's dark. Money will make you have a breakdown. Believe me, I know. Just one more loan. Truly the one more lane of the English mindset. Well, not the mindset, it's more the financial set. Nobody's taking one more loan because they're like, why not? Let's do like a couple buy now, pay laters on Burger King. All hail King Clano. My Clano? Tech bro who's really gone off the rails? No, I didn't fall in love with ChatGPT. I fell in love with my Klarna app. Baby, just one more payment. She hates that I love her, but I love her so good. I genuinely hate that super with a passion. That, and there's a chip super as well. Not chip, sorry. There's a sin super that is you as a player are active before the super animation ends, and so if you've gone to double jump over the projectile and you're not 100% sure that you've double jumped over it and you're holding neutral, you just won't go over it. And it's like, oh, it was to add AI to listen to the interview. That means your interviewer just isn't paying attention. What the fuck? Also, I don't want to be like, there's a serious degradation of the human spirit in society, but like, if you're not even willing to, like, listen for 30 minutes while somebody depends on, like, you for their livelihood, it's like, I feel like we're all a little bit in the cooked dimension. Maybe not like you and me as people, but, like, on a wider scale. Ugh. He didn't even have my resume out. Oh, bro. The job market's fucked. I don't think I've ever had, like, a... Not to, like, shit on your day, but, like, I don't think I've ever had an interview that bad. The only interview that I had that was bad because of me. Because I was just, like... I was just kind of glazing the manager of this Greg's that I worked at for, like, a week and a half. And then when I got to the job, it was like, oh, yeah, by the way, I just can't work early shifts. And I only have early shifts. Also, I'm the most unmotivated person you might have ever seen. And so after a week, like, I got in the interview, and I was like, I just can't see anything wrong with the place. It's perfect. Wow. And then I got into the job, was lazy as fuck. Well, maybe not lazy as fuck. I was just tired as hell, because I don't do well at, like, 5 in the morning as a wake-up time. So it's 5 in the morning, I'm trying to make bread, and I'm dropping all the rolls. And this happens for about, like, a week. I'm a little bit nervous with the customers. And she pulls me into a room after, it would have been 9 days, I want to say, of working there. And she was like, what the fuck's going on? Also, if you don't want to improve, you need to, like, leave now. And I said, yeah, I'll just walk. Fuck it. I felt bad about it, but also at the same time, it's like, I'm not trying to glaze you for the rest of my life over a job I don't care about. It was just one of those situations where someone's really passionate about a job that I just could not get to grips with. Like, I got into the interview and I was like, wow, poggy wog. And then obviously the day starts and I'm like, I don't give a shit about this place. Who gives a fuck? But she was expecting me to actually be, like, pogged up, even around co-workers. I think it's fine to be like, hey, this job kind of fucking blows dick and arse, so long as it is with the employees and behind closed doors. I don't give a fuck what the employee's attitude is behind closed doors. I only kind of care if they're doing it in front of the customer. But this was like when I worked, I used to be a manager at a McDonald's. And, like, I know why you're here. I don't give a fuck if you don't give a fuck while you're here. The only thing that I ask is that, like, when you interact with a customer, you're not, like, bringing their day down as well by going, oh, fuck, I'm buying into the human factory trade, even though you kind of are. No, you must be passionate about giving people their slot. I mean, that's what the Greg's manager was actually like. That's the one thing that I will give McDonald's credit for. And I won't give them a lot of credit for it, but I will give them some, is that 90% of the managers, if they weren't going for a promotion, didn't care if you didn't give a shit. Including me. There was the occasional guy who's like, I'm trying to fucking level up at Mackie D's. And they would be like, come on, guys. If you don't like the job, why do you have it? Come on. But I mean, like, they were weenies and nobody really liked them, to be honest. And also, they kind of sexually assaulted an employee in a nightclub, but ooh, you know, like, let's go for that. But at McDonald's, so long as, like, you didn't... so long as you didn't give a shit, like, too vocally at the customer, they didn't give a shit if you didn't give a shit. Everyone was fully aware of why you showed up to work. The only thing that they did care about, and I still hold on to this belief, is I'm fine if you don't give a shit about your job. However, if you're fucking up your fellow coworker by not giving a shit so hard, that's when I am like, come on, brother, what are we doing here? Because we all know that we're in this shit for the same reason, but that doesn't mean that it gives you permission to fuck over your fellow man. That's not how that works. I understand that it's a hot day and the drinks machine isn't working very well and you're backed up, but we're all backed up. Don't just walk off the shift floor just because, oh, the drinks are getting a bit hard. We fucking know! I think it sucks as well. Fuck you and fuck me. And fuck the customer, but just don't say it in front of them. So the ice cream machine was actually broken? No. The ice cream machine is never broken. Well, it's not literally never broken, but it's almost never broken. If you ever walk into a McDonald's and they say the the ice cream machine is broken, what they really mean is the ice cream machine is being cleaned. It took so I eventually got taught how to clean the ice cream machine. It's very expensive equipment, and so they don't want you to fuck it up, and it takes about 2 hours to clean. Even longer if you're being extra lazy about it and you don't want to get put on the grill. But if you're getting fucked up, if you're getting fucked over by ice cream machine culture, I guess, know that it's not broken, it's cleaning. And if you go, well, fucking just clean faster, you don't know what you're talking about. You know how quickly those things would develop mold? In the summer, we would have to clean them, so like, in the winter, and like the rest of the year, you clean them once a week. In the summer, you had to clean it like 2 times a day, because the mold from the milk, condensed milk, would just develop so fast, that if you didn't clean it once every like 12 hours, you were feeding people mold. It was vile. So big ice cream machine just doesn't want to sell you ice cream. I did read somewhere that the reason the ice cream machines are so fucked up is because of the company that supplies McDonald's with the ice cream machines. They're actively trying to fuck McDonald's over, but I don't know how true that is. Yum mold. It doesn't add flavor. This shit isn't blue cheese. I don't think I understand blue cheese, and like, as I've gotten older, I've become a much less picky eater, but I don't think blue cheese is ever gonna hit me, you know? It's one of those food stuffs where it's not appealing to look at, it's definitely not appealing to smell. Even inside of other things, it's really pungent. I just don't think I'm ever getting around to blue cheese. Blue cheese tastes like carpet lint. I don't know if I would agree with you, but thank you for agreeing with me. You guys are dunking on blue cheese. I'm disappointed. David, get out of here with your like 40-year-old taste. What are you talking about? I thought to myself earlier, I need to learn a little bit of French before Evo France. Because every time I've been to France, I feel slightly anxious over the initial interaction where I'm like, what if they only speak French and I only speak English and I look like a dickhead? Which, you know, is clearly a falsity, because regardless of whether I speak English or I speak French, I'm English in France. I am a dickhead by mere circumstance. But because I can't, like, comfortably be like, oh, what if I need to speak French? I'm thinking maybe I should learn a little bit of French before I go to France. And then I realized I think I need to develop a couple more social skills before I develop any French understanding. Because every time I go to, like, a shop or a store, they're like, do you have a loyalty card? And I go, no. And they just kind of have to go, okay, well, this guy can't fucking speak. I don't get it. It's like, okay, how am I able to, like, hop onto stream and be like, yeah, I'll yap my head off for an hour and a half. And yet, for some reason, you throw a real person in front of me who has a job, and I'm like, oh, I can't do it. Am I fucking stupid? The French get angry if you get angrier if you try to speak French and you're not great at it. I don't believe that to be true. You don't see us as real people. I don't. You're all names in a chat. And I get to think, like, this is just one big chat GPT conversation. Worry not, streamer, the winter goose need not bathe to appear white. Shakespeare is a couple of... You're not even a couple of streams down. You need to go a couple of websites that way. Don't get me wrong, I'm all about it, but a couple of websites that way. I was about to say that, what if we were chatbots? I mean, so long as the Twitch subs come through, the conversation's all the same. I've just realized that is basically like the plot point to, like the overarching concept in Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, which I read the first chapter of yesterday. I think this book's gonna be bussin' out of its bussin' ass. That isn't like a real sentence. I don't know why I put so many bussins on it. But it's like, considering it's the book that inspired Blade Runner, I was like, this book is like overtly funny. A lot faster than I was expecting. That book's good as hell. I'm hoping that it will be. And it's only like 190 pages as well. It's proper short. I can't wait until chatbots learn to shitpost. I have bad news about chatbots. Chazbot. Tribes of send heads in the chat be like Shazbot, am I right? Any Shazbots in the chat? Fucking hell. But they can already shitpost. They're just not very good at it. And so they're basically indistinguishable to most people. You reminded me of Tribes 3. Ooh. Oops. Sorry about that. I was really into Snow Crash while I was reading that. This is the thing. You fucker. You bastard man, you. This is the thing about, like, getting into, like, a piece of media, like, a medium as a whole. Not later into life, because that like, implies that I'm, like, 60. But, like, you know, at an age where you can just, like, comprehend everything, as opposed to when you're young, where you're like, what the fuck is this THE word? What does it mean? Getting into, like, books later in life has made it so that it's like, oh my god, I have, like, so much, like, kino on my plate. It's delightful. And, like, you don't know what you do and you don't like. It's like, yeah, at the moment, I like coming of age and business, non-fiction business. But, like, a year down the line, I might be like, give me murder mystery. Give me a little bit of everything. It's sick. Am I stupid, or have you been streaming way more recently? How have you known that I've been streaming way more recently if this is your first message in chat? The lurker has become the unlurker, perhaps? I'll go back to lurking, my bee. Go on, back to the cave with you. The little goblins are not meant for the peasantry. You're below us. I had my fair share of reading in college. That's like saying you had your fair share of movies in college to me. Because, like, surely the concept of reading eventually develops a point of ubiquity where reading stops being a task and, like, you just see it as... You see it as the experience for itself. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to think to yourself, like, oh, I've got to play a video game. You know, I'm so tired of video games. You think to yourself, like, I'm so tired of League of Legends. Because you've been playing it for, like, 7 years. I had that so much peak thing when I started reading anthropology the second I wasn't in school. I will tell you that, like, in, like, high school, or, like, secondary school, to be specific. In secondary school, I, like, completely fell out of love with, like, drawing and art and the rest of it. And then the moment that I left education again, it was like, holy shit. My interests are interesting again, because they're not fed through a, like, funnel of required points that you must hit. It really is, like, the structure of education. While good for you, I'm not saying that you shouldn't do education. The structure of education really can just, like, batter the interest of the things that you're passionate about. Like, a part of me is always thinking, oh, I should have gone to university and done, like, game dev or computer science or something like that. Then I thought about it a little bit harder. Realistically speaking, if I just don't like the structure of the concept, surely I'm not going to enjoy it irrespective of whether I'm, like, into it or not. You know? Doing a creative subject in school really is miserable. I'll give you that. Also, you made the right choice not going into game dev school. Yeah, I could guess that. My brother did game dev and, like, he's managed to make it work, but a lot of people don't. Like, a lot of people just don't find a job. I was in a game dev program when COVID hit. Didn't last 3 months in an online course. I mean, at that point, you might as well just be following YouTube tutorials, right? Like, not like in a literal sense, but chances are you'd get to your goals a bit quicker, even if your fundamentals end up a little bit worse. And by a little bit worse, I mean like a lot of bit worse. I did a game design degree at uni. I can confirm it has done basically fuck all but removed my creative drive for a good few years. Yeah. I mean, like, I did IT and computing at like college, which was not college in like an American sense. It was like an English college, which is effectively sixth form. I did IT and computing, and not only did it not really teach me a lot, but it also like made me realize like, hey, maybe I genuinely hate computers. Hey, peep this. Yoop. 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 Please hit. Yes! I fucked up the combo afterwards. Captain, come on now. What the hell? You wouldn't let I'm paying you. What am I paying you for? You're my paid actor. What the hell? My bad, boss. Leon, are you eating a slab of ham? Yeah, and? What the hell? Just because it isn't in a tortilla with some ketchup or whatever the fuck you need it to be in, doesn't mean that I'm not eating this ham. Me, a true poor cell? Yeah, what about it? The filling is the meal. Return to the slab, suffer my curse. That's what I'm saying. Okay, we play one more. We play Uno more, because I've run out of talking points. I don't know why I'm rounding them up. Why would he have carbs if he wants to lose weight? Me, an intellectual? You, an even bigger intellectual? I played Captain's Biken today. Why would you do that? Why would you play Captain at all? Everyone hates this guy. Everyone point and laugh at this guy. Oh, that doesn't hit OTG. No, you fucker. Alright, fair enough. GG's. Shake my hand. Shake my hand, Captain. Shake my hand. Shake my... I just want to shake his hand. We do thanks for the game. We call that there. Bye-bye, gamers. We disappear. Are you ready to explode? So long, Bowser. Oh, Mario. We should go back with Mario. Okay, anyway. I'm disappearing. Bye-bye.